Gave my grandmama 11 kids, a gallon of milk and some eggs in the fridge, a pack of Tyrone and some bread and some grits. I got it straight out the dirt, the dust. Checking more cash in the clerk, that's us. Play with me, you will get hurt. I'll bust, I'll put a hole in your shirt. The bigger the cap, the bigger the billet. I'm drilling anybody that wanna stop me making millions. The longer the barrel, the stronger the bullet. The trigger, I pull it. I hate your family.
I was recently informed that I am abnormal. Is this news at this point? I mean, really? But now, the thing that I take issue with, though, is that I was raised different from everybody else. I wasn't raised no damn different from everybody else. Everybody that was just broke as hell, that was my people. I was just raised different from you, that's all. But my younger sister called me a couple months ago talking about, did Dad really pick up a hitchhiker on the way to Arizona that robbed his ass? Yeah, I remember that bitch. Anyway, so to settle a bet, we're gonna go through this. You tell me if I was raised different. And if nothing else, reminiscence for the family. So they can, I imagine there's some shit my younger sisters don't remember that happened. And my family didn't know half the shit I was getting up to, so I'm 44. Well, let's get through this, hell. So my mom and when my mom and daddy met, daddy was a biker, mama was a stripper. That, if you need something past that, I don't know what to tell you. That explains the whole damn thing. But just to go into a little more detail, Daddy cut out when I was like 4 or 5, somewhere around, like in 1980. We were living up in Edmond, Oklahoma, just north of Okie City. That was back before Edmond was just the north side of North Okie City. It was, there was a little town somewhere hidden off in the glen over there. But we was living in a trailer park, and there was a store at the corner, a little bait shop. But if you didn't want, gasoline or worms, driving on into Okie City about 10 miles. So Dad cut out. Mama did what she could, but, Mama's career aspirations hadn't risen much since stripper. So Mama didn't have a whole hell of a lot. And I had one friend out the trailer park. That was a little girl about my age. My brother was living there. Charlotte, she cut out and went back to her mama after Daddy left. Ricky was there, but me and Rick wasn't really friends. We was very rarely even friendly. We had a little deck on the front of the trailer because we was high-class white trash. And then, some stairs. One day I came home from lunch, and as soon as I hit the damn stairs, Rick hollered at me. I looked up and piss hit me in the face. Went in my mouth and every damn thing. Why? Apparently he pulled out his junk, and as soon as the stream left, he was hollering at me. Impeccable timing and aim, son of a bitch. But I hit him with a brick, so it's alright. That took, and it arced through the air. I was kind of proud of myself. That was a nice throw, and hit right in the back of the damn head, and knocked him out cold. There's blood all over the place. He had to go to the hospital, get stitches. I got my ass beat. That was a continuing trend throughout every damn where I live. Oh, I'm sure there's a reason for it somewhere. Anyway, so Mama's idea of feeding us at that time, she didn't have a whole lot, was spaghetti. And that's pretty much it. Sunday night, she'd cook up this monster pot of spaghetti. And I'm talking the whitest spaghetti you ever did see. It didn't have mayonnaise in it, but that's about the only thing. Look, we'd eat on that shit till Sunday, fucking morning, and maybe get some macaroni and cheese to supplement our dietary needs. But when Mom would make this damn macaroni, boil the noodles, throw in the tomato sauce, and then she's done. Here's your spaghetti. I'm pretty sure you missed some shit. Isn't there some more steps to this? That was spaghetti. So I was talking to my friend. I don't remember the exact conversation. You understand? I was 4 or 5. I was young. But the general outline was, I'm tired of spaghetti. And she asked, have you tried dog food? And I said, no. Like, on purpose? No. Do I have a look about me? Why are you asking this shit? Apparently she ate dog food. On purpose. I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with her. She was my friend, so that's probably some of it. So she talked my gullible little punk ass into going next door to the neighbor's house. He had a big old dish about half full of dog food. So you know the dogs have already been in it. You know, they done eaten some and slobbered on the rest of it. That was some unsanitary shit. She grabs up a handful, starts chomping that shit like trail mix, looking content and happy, like it was all right. Well, maybe I just don't fucking know, if you're wondering. No, that shit ain't good at any point, not even a little in the beginning. It tastes like ass with a side of dirt and shit, because it's gritty. And there was no point during that experience that was pleasurable at all. It was unpleasant from start to finish. Unfortunately, to top that off, somebody saw her and their asses over there. Now, when you see two punk-ass little kids eating out of Spot's dish, apparently there's a conversation that must ensue. They felt the need to talk to somebody about this shit, so they called DHS. DHS came out. Mama showed them the spaghetti. They wasn't impressed. Can't say I blame them. Shit, neither was I. They took me and my two sisters, and Ricky wasn't even there. He was off doing some fuckery. Ricky was always up to something. Breaking into somebody's house or, doing some shit. They didn't get Ricky. They just got me and my sister. There was no computers back in. They didn't know who the fuck they these kids, we're taking them. We went to foster care for a little. I'm sorry, that was my fault, somewhat, kind of. But what you want? Anyway, we went to foster care for a little while. Daddy found out. He petitioned the court, got us back. We lived in Texas for a short bit, some damn where in Texas, in a camper by the lake. Wasn't a van down by the river, but it wasn't too damn far off. You see what I'm saying? So, we lived down there for a bit, came back into Oklahoma, living all over western Oklahoma, Eric, Elk City, Sayre, Burns Flat, and apparently in Burns Flat, Charlotte brought her little friend home from high school. Her friend's name was like Candy or something similar to Candy. You see what I'm talking about here. It was the 80s. So, Candy comes over. Dad fucks her. Dad was chasing everybody's tail. Dad's whole life, he could not pass an ass and not try and tap it. That was Dad's downfall his whole fucking life. That's how he got robbed by that damn hitchhiker. But he tapped her friend. Charlotte got pissed off. Whatever. Dad by now. Shit. If it's got tits, he's reaching for them. That's how Dad always was. She got mad, decided she's gonna run away and burn the fucking house down with Dad in it. But apparently she had a moral dilemma with leaving our little narrow asses in there. So she got me and my two sisters, loaded us up in the Daddy's old Delta 88 or whatever the fuck car he had at the time. I don't remember. It might have been his old Cutlass. I don't know. But anyway, she loaded us up in the car, lit a bush on fire, talking about it'll spread. The house is brick. How the fuck it gonna spread? That motherfucker went out before we even left the driveway. I think you missed a step there, sister. That shit didn't go as planned at all. She got like the Sayre or something. I think it was in Burns Flat. She got to like Sayre or something. And she parked at a abandoned warehouse with some busted out windows. Talking about that's an insane asylum. Watch out for loonies. And went to sleep. This bitch slept all night. I didn't sleep at all. I needed Visine in the morning. My eyes didn't close once. I tried not to blink. Looking for motherfuckers coming to snatch the kids up out the car. It's my sister. We wasn't friendly either. Anyway, cops got her like shortly after that. Took us back. Charlotte went back to her mama. We kept moving around. Look, Daddy was always moving around. If we was in a house for more than like a week and a half, that was home. There wasn't a lot of homes now. Anyway, we moved to Arizona. Daddy was with LaVonda at the time. This bitch. I hated that bitch. Look, LaVonda had 2 boys, Derby and Bobby. I ain't making this shit up. That's what she named these little fuckers. Derby and Bobby. They was both mentally deficient because they was both inbred. I ain't making that shit up neither. Ask around, goddammit. She fucked her cousin. And I'm not talking about she went to a family reunion and met her 3rd cousin twice removed and slipped and fell on the dick. I'm talking about her daddy's sister, son, right to fuck here cousin. Like the no space or separation like her brother over here cousin. That fucking good right the fuck cousin. And what do you think was gonna happen? Yeah, the boys are slow. They got problems. You thought they wasn't going to? And she didn't slip on the dick. She had 2 kids, different ages. She was steadily on that dick for a bit. You see? I don't know what daddy saw on her ass. But now Derby was the older one. Derby had a learning disability and a retention problem. This motherfucker had a hell of a time learning anything, and once he did, he forgot the shit. I ain't exaggerating at all on that. But look, when we was in Apache Junction, Arizona, that little motherfucker went to the bathroom. They had a cup for, brush your teeth and rinse your mouth out. That motherfucker looked into the Kool-Aid in the toilet bowl and started scooping that shit up and drinking it. Had his stomach pumped at the hospital. Fucking forgot and did it again. I ain't making that shit up. He drank toilet water fucking twice. And the second time, Daddy couldn't do it no more. He was ragging that ass. It ain't Derby's fault he's fucked up. Blame his mama and his daddy. but Daddy, he ragged his ass all the time. I think that's why LaVonda cut out. She couldn't take that after a bit. But shit, LaVonda earned all that shit. Now, Bobby, though, we tried to play with this little motherfucker. We tried. He'd show signs of life for a couple minutes and then go back comatose, just staring and drooling on himself. Didn't know where he was, where anybody was, or that he was even there at all. I don't know what was wrong with him. But, hey, LaVonda, she'd like, hey, Charity, come here, sit down. And she'd sit her down and start brushing her hair. And I'm not talking about brushing her hair, I'm talking about like she was raking leaves, And she would just put the brush in the hair and pull until there wasn't no hair in the brush no more. Whatever it ran across in the meantime was going to come out. If there was a knot, she just pulled until that bitch broke. Not the brush. That motherfucker was wood. It wasn't breaking. And those bristles were hard. She used the same fucking brush that way for months. That motherfucker never had a nick. My sisters, though, they had some marks. They'd sit there and, and all that. And if they said, ow, or breathed wrong, or went, anything, she'd whip that brush around her. Bam! She'd ninja whip that. She saw Mommy Dearest one too many times, I think. It was nothing to hear it about, 5-6 times when she was brushing their hair in the morning. And my dumb ass, Derby would be running around in circles in fucking front yard, on airplane mode or whatever. And I'd be fucking 2 blocks away at my friend's house. Derby tripping a hole and bust his face. I get home and get my ass beat for it. I didn't even have a line of sight on this motherfucker. What are you talking about? You knew I wasn't here. Why am I getting beat? Because I was fucking redheaded stepchild, that's why. Bitch. I hated that bitch. And that was LaVonda. Finally, she went back to fucking her brother or whatever she was doing. That damn paperwork up there. Daddy said he was going to let us finish out the school year, which is a fucking fantasy. We never finished the school year with Daddy. Either he moved or we did. There wasn't no finishing shit. No, look, Daddy, everywhere he went, Daddy would open an electronics repair business, VCR and TV repair. Every time he started to lose money, that bitch would burn. Daddy left ashes and insurance fraud in his wake everywhere he would go. If y'all wondering why, I thought everybody knew this. Apparently not. So if you wonder why we moved around so damn much, that was why. Daddy was driving away from a smoke cloud every motherfucking time we moved. Had money though, so fuck it. But he was thinking about letting us finish that school year, or at least playing the fucking part. And here come Mama and Grandpa Ray. Ricky had cancer. They cut off most of his leg trying to get ahead of it. They fucking missed. So Ricky still had cancer, and Ricky was going down. So they drove out from Oklahoma City to Apache Junction, Arizona. And Grandpa Ray's caddy, he loved him a Cadillac. He always had a Cadillac. They picked us up. On the way back, we got to Texas Panhandle, just about the Oklahoma border. Apparently, he felt something and pulled off, went in and a greased rear end, you know. And not in a Pornhub kind of way, in a Texaco kind of way, like on the car. Apparently, back then, you had to grease the rear end of the car. I don't fucking know. I had a 78 El Camino. I never greased shit. But, whatever. So, he put it in the shop. They greased the rear end. We headed on into Okie City. Almost. We got almost to the city. And all over the fucking road. He finally got it off on the fucking shoulder. Me and my sisters, we're in the fucking floorboard holding on for dear life because this is the second coming of Jesus and we ain't been saved. We's fucked. You know, something was going all kind of wrong. Grandpa Ray hopped out the car, went around back, opened the door and started throwing kids into fucking traffic. He's like, what the fuck? And is it supposed to be on fire, Grandpa? You see it burning over there? You know, all our shit was in the trunk until it wasn't. That shit went up like Vesuvius. So we started over. But shit, we was used to starting over. It fucked up. I'm like 7, 8 years old at this point, used to starting over. What the fuck else you got? To answer that question, Mama introduces to Stuart. That's what the fuck she had. Stuart was baked all the fucking time. This motherfucker was never without a joint. He went to bed stoned, woke up stoned, and just maintained that shit all day long. We were living outside of Bricktown. Back before it was Bricktown. Back then, it was just a rail transfer station, like a rail yard, with a bunch of warehouses. Acme Brick was down there, and everything around was made of brick. It was like a Willy Wonka story. Anyway, it wasn't nothing but warehouses and rail yards. We lived up on Northwest 7th. Now, there's railroad tracks. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. And there was a 2-story house and a 2-story house. We lived in the second one. The people in the first one, they were potheads too. They was always smoking weed with Stuart. But anyway, Stuart worked down at that rail yard. This baked bitch found a fucking piece of styrofoam the size of my truck cab. I guess they were using it in the rail car to separate some shit. About 2 foot deep. He brings it home on his fucking back. Gets 2 pieces of rope, some fucking wood screws. Screws this rope into the styrofoam. Says, we got some handles. Like that shit's gonna hold. And we go to the goddamn river. This motherfucker takes my stupid ass out on the raft. Talk about, hold on, we gonna go White River rafting. You bastards. I learned to swim that day. That shit didn't fucking hold. Like that white water fucking rafting. After the first couple of, what? There's nothing. Fuck. I'm going in a drink. Motherfucker, I hated that bastard. He broke my nose, so I guess he hated me too. I was playing with a straw. I didn't know it was the last straw. What the fuck? I was fucking a kid. I didn't play with a fucking straw. And I got, what the fuck? I woke up to smelling something like that was Ricky's straw. But that was my nose too. Ain't no more though. God damn it. One of these things is not as important as the other. You see what the fuck I'm saying? I told you, I was always getting my ass beat. I tried to tell you. Couldn't get away from that shit. Anyway, I got my first set of glasses. I didn't want glasses. I knew people. I heard stories. I was going to get fucked with. I knew. And especially considering these were these big-ass, thick-ass plastic rims. They had like light orange and dark brown with brighter red stripes in between them. I'd rather had BCGs. I didn't want these motherfuckers. Yet when we got home, I jumped out the car all excited to run in the house and tell Rick didn't see my glasses. But I did find him. Now after the funeral, Mama was on one for a long time. Look, she was trying, but we'd be out playing ball in the street, and Mama come out talking about, I just saw your brother. He was sitting at the kitchen table with both his legs, talking about, I'm fine now, Mama. You see what I'm saying? Mama had a lot of drinking and drugging and fucking to do. You understand what I'm saying? She was. So we went back to Daddy. Daddy was living in Indianola at the time, outside of McAllister, Oklahoma. Way the fuck east. On the other side of the state this time. In the sticks. Now, I'm not talking about we got to drive 3 miles into town to get some groceries because we in the sticks. That ain't the sticks. I'm talking about, he was married to Doreen at this time. And Doreen, my stepmom, still, I love Doreen. She's a good woman. But we lived out in the sticks like Dad and Doreen would go out back and shoot water moccasins out to ponds for sport. Them kind of sticks. You see what I'm saying? They was a pot field 2 fields over. Big crops bigger than me. It was a nice field. But there wasn't shit to do around. I tried. I could not get into any shit. I fucking failed. But we wasn't there all that long, because if we was with Daddy, what you want? However, that Christmas, Mama's drugged up ass sent some presents to us. So, in the house with Daddy, the youngest opened presents first. We went in order. They'd hand them out. Well, Doreen handed Charity present from Mama. She opened it, pulled out 2 pair of panties. Pre-stained. They had piss stains in the front and shit tracks in the back. They came like that. I think Mama went to the yard sale and said, I'll take this box for a nickel. And then mailed that shit off. She was supposed so fucked up though, she probably thought she was shopping at Macy's. But Mama was fucked. What you want? It ain't her goddamn fault. She just lost the boy. Leave her alone. But Daddy was livid. He grabbed all that shit, threw it away in a fucking bit. I didn't even get to see what fucked up shit she sent me. He threw it all away. And the whole time, like, we was with Mama, you didn't send shit. So isn't this a step up? You know? What's wrong with this? You know? Dad was going off and fucking bitch, you can give a shit about you, goddamn bullshit, and not fucking 2 months later, go live with your mama. That was Daddy. Daddy didn't give a fuck. But we went back to Mama. Now Mama was living off 18th this time over west of Classen, like by Classen 5th Year Center. Now it's like a school for gifted children. But at that time, there were so many of us little motherfuckers running around, they had one whole ass school dedicated to 5th grade. I ain't lying. I went there. And I was the only white boy in the hood there. The other kids, they took pity on me and taught me the right. And by the hood, I'm not talking about, oh my God, Charles Thurston III, there's black people. Are we in Compton? I'm not talking about that hood. I'm talking about my boy Trey. He lived 2 houses down. Now, like a year after we moved in, his house got busted as a crack house. I was fucking one time marching shoulder to shoulder with their riot shields and their pump shotguns in columns, like 12 deep, marching down the fucking road announcing their intent from like a block away. Who the fuck you expecting to catch, motherfucker? Trey come out his back door, jumped the fence in the neighbor's yard, jumped that fence in our yard, came around, tossed his gun over to my mama's feet. I hide that shit because If anybody was dumb and fucking stoned enough to still be in there, they'd be going down for crack, but they ain't trying to go down for multiple homicides. They was bodies on that gun. That's the hood I'm talking about. Trey went ahead and went on around the corner, ran over to his auntie's house with the rest of his fucking family. So they didn't get no goddamn body. That's what. You can't just go in and talk about, we'll be there in 10 minutes. Anybody there? Were you gonna get fucked up? Ain't nobody gonna be there, bitch. You know? You don't announce that shit. But that damn bill of lading being a pain in my ass. So Mama was with Laura. Technically, Laura was back home in county. See, Laura lived in county. They'd let him out from time to time. He'd come visit. And then a couple months later, he'd fuck up and go home to county. He was in for like a 2-year stretch at that time. I don't know what the fuck he did. I hardly ever knew what he did. I just knew if Laura wasn't around, he'd probably locked up. That's where he normally was. So Mama was banging DJ. Now DJ was 19. I was 10. She's like, hey son, it ain't never worked like that. Back up, you flavor of the fucking month. If you here next year, we can talk. Matter of fact, if I'm here next year, I did. We don't know at this motherfucking point. But DJ though, he tried to be good to me, so I liked him. He was dumb as a fucking rock though, and he was a fuck up. Like that completely. This motherfucker, he had red fingerless gloves talking about, you want to be in my gang? We the Southside Rollers. You know we on Northwest 18th, bitch. You okay? You need me to call somebody? You know, that's how dumb this motherfucker was. And aside from that, this stupid fuck, we had an Atari. And, you know, Trey would come over from time to time. My cousin Mike and Kevin, they come over. And we'd play Atari. We'd play Pitfall and, you know, River Raid and Frogger and shit. And fuck off, I'm old. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. So, one of those times, Trey was over and Mama and DJ's fucking in the dining room on the day bed. It wasn't a fucking day bed. It was Great Grandma's house, a duplex we lived in half of. When Great Grandma died, her hospital bed that she died in turned into the day bed that they was now fucking on. There was something wrong with all these motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? So, they was fucking on it. Mama ain't quiet. We all know. They finished up. DJ come in barefoot, zipping up his shit. Trey turned around and talked. I don't remember the exact conversation now, but the general outline was, Trey said, did you get some on you? And DJ conveyed the thought that I'm going to have to pull out my dick to prove that I'm a man. So, he unzips the shit, spreads it open so he can see his dick. And Trey said, you got a Jimmy on. And he said, no, he's just shining. I'm right fucking, that's my mama's pussy juice is shining on your dick there, man. I'm right the fuck here. Could you not go flaunting my mama's pussy juice in front of me? Can we talk about this shit? This is the motherfucker she was dating. That's how fucking dumb he was. But, he, you know, like a puppy. He's stupid as fuck. He might piss in the house, but he's still alright. So, I was okay with him. I just didn't much care for the, you know, shining bullshit. One time he took me down, he was doing a little bit of work around there. Look, DJ taught me to steal. We'd go to Safeway because, Mama, we'd run out of fucking food stamps like the 18th if we made it that far. Because Mama would sell some food stamps for beer money. Mama was always drunk. There wasn't any fucking time during this period where Mama wasn't fucked up. I'm talking about walking around the house fucking ass naked at 8 p.m. at night, drunk as fuck, talking about, I ain't cooked dinner. Like, Keisha, get her ass to bed. We already ate, Mama. Goddamn, I'll fucking cook. Holy shit, you gonna burn the motherfucker down. You know? But, and she'd send me and my sisters with a food stamp each up to the fucking corner store, and there's this Korean dude or something in there. I don't know what he is, Asian descent, something. And we'd go in. This motherfucker was always there. He got to hating our asses. We come in there, pick up an atomic fireball, and line up. 95 cents in change each. That motherfucker didn't deal with us too long. get the fuck out and stay out, you know. We had to find another motherfucking place to go. But that's how we ran out of food stamps. So about halfway through the month, we just had to figure it the fuck out. Well, DJ taught me how to steal. Go to the Safeway and grab some cans along the way. They had a little aluminum recycling machine just set out there, like a coin store nowadays. But that was for recycling cans. I told you it was a hood, didn't I? Now, we'd go out and collect some cans, throw them in there, get a little bit of change out there, a couple bucks in change, and then walk in and rob this motherfucker blind walking around this bitch, and then go up and buy a loaf of bread so we was at least buying something. Because if you walk around this motherfucker for 20 minutes and then walk out, security's walking out with your ass. But buying some stuff, that's how you do it. And it works, so fuck it, I guess that is. So we'd do that and get a bunch of lunch meat and hot dogs and hamburger meat and shit, and we'd have food. But this motherfucker one day took me down. He was doing some work with the Crips around there. Took me down to this motherfucking apartment building. It looked like it came straight the fuck out of Syria. I mean, cinder block construction. That's it, just cinder blocks, painted shit brown. 3 rooms on the bottom, 2 on the top. I ain't talking about studio apartments. No, just rooms. That's it, just fucking rooms. You had to get creative in this bitch. But this motherfucker, he's like, we're going right over there. Oh, don't look at it, don't look at it. We don't go to the front. Don't ever go to the front of this place if you come by here alone. Don't ever go to the front. Don't step on the grass. Stay on the street. We got to go across 10th, because this was like a couple houses down from 10th Street toward 11th Street. And you got to go across 10th. There's a little convenience store. We'll go in there, make coffee and payphones. And then after we got done with that, we went to arcade right next to it, the laundromat arcade, what the fuck ever. Went over there and talked to somebody in there, then go out the back door, cross over 10th, and go into the alley, and then climb the stairs, like we're fucking 007 in this bitch. And climb the stairs, and you get almost to the top, and there's a little landing. And then you have to come around 4 more stairs to see the alcove with this gigantic motherfucker seat up head to toe. So he checks us out, we go in there, and first time I met OG, ain't no goddamn name. First time I met OG, I didn't know he was an OG. He was sitting in his fucking easy chair, watching a console TV. Wasn't no flat screens, this was 1986. Wasn't no flat screen TVs. This was like a 40-inch television set in an oak tree. I mean, it's so much fucking wood on the sides. That was a record player over here, 12-inch fucking Vegas. I mean, you could fit half a car in this bitch. But he's watching that. Got the little girl on her knees servicing him while he's watching TV. Whatever. She stood up with her titties out. I thought she was a grown-ass woman. That's your wife? Goddamn. But she was like about 14, maybe. I didn't know no fucking better. I was 9. Anyway. He gets up, pulls up his pants, puts his shit away, turns around and sees fucking DJ and Opie. I didn't have none. I was clean cut. I had freckles and shit. I was fucking straight out. It looked like Gomer dropped me off out front of fucking Mayberry. This motherfucker talking, what the fuck is this? Apparently you ain't supposed to take Opie to the hop house. Dumb motherfucker. What was you thinking, DJ? DJ talking about, it's my stepson. Get your ass in. Knocked the fuck out DJ. Sent his ass on. Left me the fuck alone with Goliath. This motherfucker towering over me like he tried. You don't have to try. I've been intimidated since I saw that rickety ass staircase out back. Shit ain't changed at all. I'm just, more so now. The fuck? That motherfucker grabbed back my neck with a vice and led me out on the front, on the fucking balcony. On the front. We ain't supposed to be out here. We just talked about this shit. Now we're out in the fucking front. This motherfucker talking about, you think you'll land on your feet? Like, I'm gonna fucking die. But me and Trey and the boy, we talked about this because I was the only white boy. They took pity on me and taught me the rope. They said, people gonna try and punk you. like older people, you act hard, don't cry. That you can cry in front of white folk and they'll take pity on you. You cry in front of a crip, they'll throw your ass into traffic. You'll be a hood ornament. So shut the fuck up, just act hard. I tried. I fucking failed. I didn't cry, but I was Opie. You see Opie acting hard with a fucking fishing pole and shit. I wasn't acting hard. I didn't know shit about it. But this motherfucker asked me some questions about DJ. I fucking my mom. I mean, I know him, but I don't know him. What do you want? I wasn't talking about DJ. Especially now the motherfucker just knocked the fuck out of him. I like DJ. He was stupid, but I liked him. You know? So eventually, after a few minutes, I don't remember all the fucking shit he's talking about, but he let go of my neck and said, all right, come on. And this bipolar motherfucker walked back in, sat in his fucking easy chair and starts giving me fucking fatherly advice about the world. Shit. Like, well, my neck's feeling better, so bestow your fucking wisdom on me, Dad. I don't care. So we was there for a little bit. And then DJ finally came out, fucking go. We go out the fucking back. Now, I told you, 4 steps, landing, maybe 5 steps. I don't fucking remember. I wasn't counting. I was scared, didn't you hear me? So you go down a few steps, heavy, and then turn and go all the way down. Well, when we hit that landing, this motherfucker laying down there all fucking broken as shit. Motherfucker OD'd in the alleyway. That motherfucker wasn't there when we came up. We go down. You can't go the way you came. Code of conduct with 007. That's the entrance. This is the exit. There's a dead motherfucker before we get to the exit, though. That DJ like, yep, we gotta go over him. That's all you got, motherfucker? You ain't got no fucking words for this auspicious occasion? Nothing you want to talk about at this particular moment? Because I got all kind of shit I want to talk about. So, he was fucking worthless. But whatever. 6 months later, I got jumped in by my friends. I didn't know they were crippin'. And I wasn't even, I got jumped in. I wasn't crippin'. I was running. I was just the pet. Because if you in the hood and, you know, you're all black and shit, there's one time all over the place they're watching you ass. But one time ain't watching fucking Opie. You know, Barney just dropped him off. He's cool. So I could, and never go to, that's what the arcade / laundromat, whatever the fuck that was over there was for. That's where the pickup and drop off was. I'd go up there, pick up a couple packages, go to a couple different houses, drop them off to the front line there so they could go sling it. And then, yep, they'd give me fucking packages and stuff them in my shirt, go back and hand them out, or give them back to the dude at the arcade. Look, we was on 18th, this was over by 10th, it was right off McKinley. So, I was walking past that fucking store on 16th like 2-4 times a day, and fucking one time sitting over there trying to be all undercover and shit. These motherfuckers are giving me rides. They wasn't even, hey, alright, you want to help me fucking haul dope over here? Fuck yeah, let's go. These motherfuckers talking about, you going to the store, boy? And we was always going to the store. They knew me and my sisters. We was always there. And like, no, I'm going to the other one on 10th. This guy said, fuck off. They're like, get in, I'll give you a ride. Okay. Fuck it. OG thought that was some funny shit. I guess that's why he had my bitch ass running shit. But I didn't give a fuck. I was making a little bit of money. I don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers in LA talking about with their stacks of hundreds. I 20, 30 bucks a week. But fuck, I was 9. I didn't give a fuck. I was buying groceries. We needed food. And Mom was so fucked up this whole goddamn time, she didn't even see me bringing groceries in the house. That's how fucked she was. She didn't know anybody was eating. She knew she was drinking with her fucking, her beer and tomato juice. Anyway, so some shit popped off DJ left, and this motherfucker now, he cut out. A little while later, he come riding up on his 10-speed with his new girlfriend next to him, talking about, we're going to VBS. You going to vacation Bible study? Ain't you the same motherfucker you talking about shining with my mother put you on dick? You were just showing me the juice, motherfucker. Now you're Christian? Apparently so. He done turned all the motherfucking way around. Get your bitch made ass out of here. What the fuck wrong with you? They're dumb as a brick. And then Mom... I'm sorry, Mom. I gotta tell the story. So, Mom was dating this dude. I don't remember what the fuck's name is. All I remember is her talking to me and Charlotte talking about, he's a third. Like Lord Thurston the Third. This motherfucker, he did like fucking Lawrence Arabia the Third. That's all it was. But this motherfucker pick her up in a nice little car, take her back to his house. She come back talking about, he's got a pool inside, and he got cars, and it's nice, yeah, nice bed. That's all you saw. Mama never used to bed. Mama was giving that ass up because his motherfucker looked like he had some money, and he's a third. We thought that bitch was royalty. We didn't know no better. We from the hood. Ghetto as fuck. This bitch was a security guard. All that shit, that house, that car, that pool and shit. Yeah, the family was on vacation out of fucking country. He was guarding it for him. And banging Mom on it while he's at it. I'm sorry. That was some funny shit, though. Anyway. So after a little while of that, back to Daddy. Now, at this point, Daddy was living in Conway, Arkansas in a lake house. And he had a dish. I'm not talking about, oh, you got a dish up there. That's cute. No, I'm talking about if you would have taken this dish and mounted it to the roof, it would have caved in both fucking stories. It looked like NASA talking to the Mars rover. That's what you needed in 88, I guess it was. Somewhere around in there. The late 80s. Because other than that, you bunny ears to VHF, you get 4, 5, and 9, you twist it just right, you might get 13, and you had to hook a fucking broadcasting antenna up to UHF to get 25 and 30. You know what? Shut the fuck up. Y'all don't know nothing about it? I don't give a shit. I'm old. Fuck off. Talk to somebody else about this shit. I don't care. Google it, motherfucker. Hey, we was the shit there for a while. We had fucking like 40 channels. Yeah, that's all. Fuck off. It was good back then. We had like 40 channels. Dad would host fucking barbecue parties and shit. Then people coming over and playing cards and shit. And we was rocking it for a while. Until Daddy's fucking business burnt down. What? Imagine that shit. Who would have thought that was fucking coming? Back to Mama. God damn it. Didn't finish that fucking school year neither. Fuck's sake. So, we get back to Mama. She done moved out to Duplex on 18th. She's over on 13th now. Same fucking block, just on the other side. She's just right off McKinley. What's the point? Laura was there, though. So, there's that. See, Laura wasn't a bad guy. He was just an asshole. And dumb as a brick, too. Laura would get fucking drunk all the time. Mom would get drunk. They'd be mutually drunk, and then they'd get violent. Both of them. And when I went back over there, I was just close to the fucking house. And close to the arcade, so I just went back to doing the same shit. It wasn't my fault we moved. They wasn't going to hold that against me. And besides, we did pretty good while I was doing it, so fuck it. Let's do that. I wasn't never fucking home. I'd come home to sleep, get up, go back out. But Mama and Laura would get into fights and shit. And if I was around, I'd grab my sisters, we'd go up to the fucking corner store, grab some slushies or some shit, walk around for a bit, and go back in. You clean up the blood yet? Nah, go play with your dolls or something, whatever the fuck. You know, I wasn't trying to have all that bullshit. But we were there for a little while. These motherfuckers went to war with shotgun Chris. Because, look, in the hood, if you ain't got a rep, you fucked. the shotgun wasn't encroaching on the neighborhood or 107 because everybody knows the neighborhood in 107 was fucking massive. OG's rep barely extended outside the neighborhood, maybe 2 blocks over, so Shotgun wasn't worried about it. They came on in. So we went to war with Shotgun, and that's where that story the fuck ends. We ain't talking about no shit past that. Oh, except that we lived in this little house, in their little house. It wasn't all that big. Next door was like a duplex that they had converted to where the rooms up top and shit. This motherfucker got shot up. It was like they had to empty like 3 banana clips in this bitch. They was there for a second. Mama freaking the fuck out. His mama, yeah, I know them. Yeah, that looked like Spooks Regal out there too. Guess I better go make a phone call. We didn't have a fucking phone. Had to walk down the goddamn store 10th to call from the payphone. But anyway. So anyway, after that, what the fuck we do after that? I can move to South Side. Yeah, off of 59th, about 62nd. All I remember is there was this girl next door named Angelica. Angelica, not Angela, but Angelica. She was proud of being half Mexican, and fuck, I love that girl. When we was living in the hood, when Trey was around, and I was hanging out with Trey, there was this kid named Mario that was deaf, and we'd talk shit about this kid behind his back, but never did. I didn't care if he was deaf or not. We wasn't talking shit when he was around because his sister was fucking fine. And so when Mario was anywhere around, his sister was around too. She was always with Mario. So we were more than happy that Mario, you know, come on over, fuck it. Yeah, let's. How'd your sister doing? You know? We'd play with Mario all goddamn day long. He's happy to see Mario. Because his sister has some ass. But anyway, this is later on. Angelica. So, I tried. She was dating older guys, though. She was my age, so she wasn't interested in me. But it didn't stop me from trying. But mostly I was hanging out with my sister. My older sister just lived a couple blocks over. And Cecil. Whatever the fuck his old lady's name was. I forget her name. I remember fucking Cecil though. They used to take me on dope runs because I could see the cops. These motherfuckers talking about, you know, I'd tell them, you know, 5-0 or one time or whatever. And you know, I don't see shit. And like 15 seconds later, I'll be goddamn, there it is. I know. Because I had a lot of fucking practice. They used to take my ass on dope runs. I never fucked with OG or none of them bitches again. Never even went back up there. I ain't been back that hood until just recently. Because Charity and her husband, they're hang around in an MC. And the clubhouse is on motherfucking 7th and McKinley. So, the fucking hop house is right up there. Now, I doubt they even using that anymore. That's been fucking over 30 years. It's been damn near 35. It's been 35 years since I met this motherfucker. So, they probably ain't in business up there no more. I know Shotgun's still around though, so ain't no reason to go spreading shit. That's why don't nobody know what the fuck they call me but me. That's it. Ain't nobody else need to know that shit. But anyway, onward and upward. Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, living on 59, going on dope runs with Cecil. And Charlotte, when she'd go to Norman to buy her dope, she'd take me with her. I almost stole this blind motherfucker's Sega, but I wasn't convinced he was blind. This motherfucker had a Sega, and he's blind. He don't need that goddamn Sega. It's like, 90, 91? He don't need no goddamn Sega. He's blind. What are you going to do with it? I was going to take that bitch. But there was no guarantee this motherfucker was blind either. Because he sure didn't act fucking blind. So I ain't fucking with him. But anyway, we go on dope run. James started working, her husband. James started working at a transfer station. had this old shit box, 68 Ford, or 68 Chevy. It might have been a 64. Anyway, this old poopy ass Chevy. That motherfucker, all the time we was tearing that bitch down on the heads to set the timing on that motherfucker. And when we was living over off 59th, he had, they was driving like an 82 Regal. But then moved to Valley Brook, and he was driving that jalopy. See, Charlotte had an SS Monte, with like an 84 SS Monte Carlo. It was a burgundy Brandywine, that's what it was. Brandywine with the little racing pinstripe. And James was driving his 68 Ford. He had to rebuild every other fucking week. All of it fucking running recycling, aluminum and shit. He found all kinds of shit at that transfer station he was working at. He's making decent money. But anyway, I spent most of my time with Charlotte at that time. We got along fine. And I wasn't trying to fuck with Mom, you know. But I don't know what the kids were doing. I know Charity had a thing for this little motherfucker named Little Charles. And I know Tisha, when we were living off 45th and Byers. And we had this freezer down in the, like in the garage converted to a bedroom. Had a freezer down there. Tisha went down there to grab something. There was a short somewhere. There was water on the floor. She stepped in it. Bolted the fuck out. She's been off ever since then. Yeah, she cut some fucking bolts in that motherfucker. But she ended up getting with Jeremy just to get the fuck out the house. She wanted to get the fuck away from Mama. See, the girls were really, really young when Ricky died. They didn't really see the change that happened to Mom. They didn't see how Mom went from being Mom to being this drunk bitch, you know. I don't think Tisha and Charity ever really understood that until much later on. So at the time when they're early teenagers, Tisha wanted nothing more than fuck Mom and fuck Dad, all this shit. And well, you was there, but you wasn't really there. You're still a bit young. Now, Dad, fuck Dad. I'm with you on that one. All Dad was trying to do was chase ass. A kid should be seen but not heard. Dad didn't give a fuck. Hey, get your ass in the bedroom. I got my dick to get waxed. You know? Dad didn't fucking care. Mama tried. Dad was just... kids around is just a status. I'm a daddy. See? You gonna give it up? Alright, now get the fuck out of here. What you doing? I'm about to get late. You know, that was Daddy's thing. All the way around, that was 100% Daddy. That's all there was to it. We hung around Charlotte a lot. And James. And that's pretty much the fucking story. There's some other shit, but I ain't trying to talk about every goddamn thing. That's how I came up. If it's any different, I don't know what to tell you.